Today is Çökertme day. What is Çökertme? It's at the bottom, there's fried potatoes, then a super yogurt, and then some tomato sauce and incredible tasty tender meat. And I promise you guys, the whole is much more than some of its parts. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to start from the top and work myself to the bottom layer. So we start with the meat. I'm gonna make it for 2 people, not so much. I have 200 grams of meat here.
What kind of meat is that?
This is tenderloin, it's very soft. Actually, even when I'm like slicing it, it falls apart. And I have to say, for example, this is a cut like this. You can see there are like stripes, lines like this. Let's say if I cut the piece like this, it will be stripy and more chewy. It would be easier to cut, by the way. The shape would be easier to give, but it won't be as tender. So what we have to do, we have to like kind of like cut the long muscles. So without damaging it, I am making into stripes like this. He smells the meat. When you cut it, just like put your knife through and put it for the second time. Don't go back and forth. The butcher gave some time while he sent the meat. To that I'm gonna add a garlic, a bit of black pepper, and kind of like make a sauce. I bash the garlic, mix it with the thyme. Because I don't want my wood boards to have meat, IKEA has this like plastic chopping board which I like. I also have some thyme from the garden. I'm also gonna add some more with more black pepper. Chop them all together. Then I put it to my meat, add a bit of olive oil and a bit of vinegar. Vinegar helps all the things to pass through the meat. So I mix it well, and until I prepare the rest of the stuff, I'm gonna let this rest. And I forgot to add salt, and mine now 2 hands are dirty. Yes, would you help me? And put a bit of salt, not all the salt it needs, but for some salt should get in for the taste. This is ready. Now, layer 1. Now we come to the sauce. Now, before I start the sauce, I'm gonna turn on the heat for my oil for frying my fries. Now, the sauce. I put 2 tablespoons of olive oil and then 200 milliliters of tomato puree. You can use diced canned tomatoes as well for this taste, or even fresh tomatoes. To balance the taste, a pinch of sugar, teaspoon of vinegar, and a pinch of black pepper, and about 2 pinches of salt. Very good.
Can you please spare me some tomato sauce, chips and yogurt?
Okay, for you. Deal. Stir it until it all bubbles. And the sauce is all done. Now let's move to the yogurt. I have 5 tablespoons of yogurt. And I'm gonna make it green. To make it green, I have thyme leaves like this, and 1 garlic, and 2 pinches of salt. Crush it. Now, I am gonna add this mixture, and there's still goodness in the pestle and mortar, so I add a bit of yogurt and clean that goodness with adding the yogurt. Okay, but these are kind of like grandma details, so I like including. This is not how it's usually done in Turkey, but I like this way. Now I have this greenish and fresh, thyme smelling, incredible yogurts. Let me check the salt. And also a pinch of black pepper. I like adding black pepper to yogurt. You know, yogurt has this relaxing side to it. Black pepper kind of balances it. So, all done. Now let's move to the final layer, which is the potatoes. Now here I have 2 potatoes peeled, and here I have a special like julienne cutter like this. I have bought this from a boat actually while crossing the Bosphorus. There are boat salesmen like, bayanlar baylar bir saniye, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. The thing that you see in my hands is a miracle. It slices, it peels, etc. etc. Now, I've done all the potatoes. What I'm gonna do, because it was a fresher potato, I'm gonna rub it and take the excess water out. This will make it crunchier. Of course, you can like put it in cold water, let it rest, but because it's so small, by its nature, it will be crunchy. Now, as you can see, those two potatoes became huge, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Probably this is around 175, 78. Not bad, is it?
So long, losers! Wait, can you guys help me down?
I like this, by the way. You can buy it on the internet. I distribute it, and I don't put all the potatoes. I'm gonna do it batch by batch. I'm gonna put the half. While that is cooking, I heat up my sauce and also make my meat. I'm gonna put a tablespoon of butter this time. Now my butter is hot. I'm also gonna put the meat without crowding it. This gives the pan a time to be heated from the bottom and be hot again. You'll have the tendency to turn the meat immediately, but you shouldn't. Wait it until one side totally browns, and then we're gonna turn it. Now, look at this. This is for one person. Now, I turn it. Meat started to cook with garlic and the butter. It smells like kebab, and the rest of the potatoes are cooking. So I'm gonna put some salt to the freshly cooked potatoes. Okay, time to finish it off. Now, if we make it to one posh plate, what we do, we're gonna add potatoes here like this. Distribute well. And then some green yogurt goes on top. And then here comes not all of the sauce, but few drops here and there. And then finally the meat. These are especially browned in such a way that it has that feeling of kebab. And again, some more tomato sauce on top and on the sides, because in each plate you want a piece of the yogurt, the potato, and the meat all together. And to finish it off, it has a lot of thyme smell. Instead, if you want, you can use thyme or some fresh mint. The small leaves are always better. Ta-da! The famous çökertme. Who wants to taste it? Let's go. Bahar, would you eat from the part where there's no meat, or?
Yes, of course.
Yogurt and tomato sauce is a magical mixture. It's found in İskender kebab, mantı. It might be weird in your tradition, but try it.
Ama this is being
Meze wants some too.
Another plate like this will be on its way for the team. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed it, press release. You know what to do. Press like, have a small comment, and it's a good investment on your side. We really have great things coming up. Take great care. Bye.